Well, yesterday there were 9, today there were 8. If you haven't heard, Pluto is no longer a planet. And to help us kind of understand a little bit more about that, Torvald Hessel with the Austin Planetarium is here. Thank you for joining us again, Torvald. What's the deal now? We've changed our mentality on our planets all of a sudden, have we?
Well, actually, no. This has been a discussion that has been going on actually for centuries. As we discover more about our solar system, things fit, other things don't fit anymore, and we just have to change certain things. And that people say now that Pluto is no longer a planet, it's not true. Of course Pluto is a planet, but what you see on the graph below, it's now called a dwarf planet and not a major planet.
So what changed in the mentality? The scientists were looking over the data. What were the determining factors that made Pluto now no longer a major planet?
Well, Pluto has always been an oddball, and when it was discovered in 1930, it was quite quickly became clear that it did not really fit in the standard picture of what we thought of being a planet. It was very small, and of course it was very far. That part would be okay. But the strangest thing was that its orbit was not the same as all the other planets that we knew. Because all the planets, there's a disk, and the sun is in the center, and all the planets rotate around it. But Pluto is on an incline like that and rotates on an incline around the sun, and that's very strange. And the other strange thing is that we always learn that Pluto is the furthest planet from the sun.
Right.
But that's sometimes not even true, because sometimes Neptune is the furthest planet of the sun, because the orbit of Pluto is not a nice circle, but it's a very elongated ellipse. So sometimes it comes in like that, and then it's closer to the sun than Neptune. Neptune would be the outer planet at that moment. And so there has always been a discussion, and people have always been talking from, it's not a planet, we need a new term.
Sure.
And now all of a sudden we start to see more and more objects very far out there. We're getting better telescopes, Hubble Space Telescope, large telescopes being built all around the Earth. And we find more strange planets out there, and the latest one was UB313, or...
Tell us about that one, yeah.
That was discovered not that long ago, I think within the last 2 years. It's even further away than Pluto. It's larger than Pluto. So are we going to call that a planet as well?
That was the question.
And that was the question.
Okay, so we've clearly defined now what a major planet is, and I guess for some students are thinking, oh great, one less thing to have to know, but as you can see, there's now more objects. Now we have small or dwarf planets, minor planets to learn as well. Tell us about those quickly.
So now we have the major planets, so we know those: Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune.
Right.
And now we have the minor or the dwarf planets. That's Ceres, that you might not even have heard about, but normally that was always considered part of the asteroid belt. It's the largest object in the asteroid belt. Now it is a minor or a dwarf planet. And we have Pluto as dwarf planet, and UB313, or I've heard a better name for it, and it's Xena, X-E-N-A, Xena.
I can't believe that. Tell us real quick now, what does this mean to astronomers? What does this mean to us, or stargazers?
For stargazers, and actually also for the general public, it means absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Pluto is still there. It's still a planet, although it's a dwarf planet. And it's just, we're looking at our solar system in a different way, and actually it means we understand more of the world that we live in.
And that's always a good thing.
And that's always a very good thing.
Torvald, thank you so much for joining us. Appreciate it.